So the first one I did was the octopus in a jar, and it was an object that my studio mate at the time, Nathaniel Paterka, had, and it fascinated me. So I wanted to do a painting of it. I decided to I started moving the light around to see how I wanted to light it, and immediately noticed a bright orange light falling through the kind of brackish liquid onto the octopus, and the orange that it created was just amazing. It was very chromatic, and the relationship between the kind of chromatic orange color and the kind of pale purpley flesh of the octopus really fascinated me as well. So really, the object looks amazing. I'm always drawn to kind of creepy subject matter. I feel like these kind of objects are underrepresented, and I really enjoy painting things like this. Still lifes are very meditative for me. I really enjoy getting to know an object and sitting with it, and I think you have to have a little something wrong with you to sit and stare at something for hours and hours and hours like this, but I really enjoy it. The other painting, Baby Skull with Chalice, was a few objects that I had, and then the replica Baby Skull that Nathaniel Paterka had that was really good quality. Really the main thing that drew me to these objects was the color of bone, which this replica had a very, very believable patina on it, and the kind of bluey green, kind of teal type color. That color combination really draws my eye, and I've done a few still lifes that combined those colors. I found the block of wood floating off of Whidbey Island. I went there for a workshop, and was staying at a beach house and found it floating in the water by the beach, and I drug it out. It had such beautiful color to it, but that was when it was soaking wet. I got it back home, it dried out, it was flat gray and completely not interesting. So I shellacked it quite a bit to bring back that wetness, and I've used it in a lot of different still lifes. But for me, still life painting, like I said, is meditative for me. It's just me and the object. I don't have to think too much about invention. I don't have to think too much about what is this saying, because everything's just there, represented and interpreted as best I can. The jar, while I was painting it, Nathaniel would check in on me, and he kept mentioning the story of the jar from Ray Bradbury, and I hadn't really read it, and I went ahead and read it, and it resonated with me as well. And a lot of times I'll find out a lot more about the object while I'm painting it, and the end painting takes on an intent that wasn't there in the beginning.